Howdy, Possum Patty here, and you know there's a lot I want to journal about. So today I'm just journaling. Come on along. Before I get to some journaling, the very first thing that I'm going to do is put the beautiful journal up on the shelf over there. Because you know, I finished it the other day and it didn't go away, did it? No, it stood floating around over here because I really didn't like that wraparound tie. It was too short to tie it over here after I wrapped it around and too long to just tie it, so I had to modify. And I trimmed each section off about 6 or 7 inches really. And then I sewed this beautiful bee ribbon on that side, and I did these big black stitches to go with the bee theme. And on this side I put the honeycomb ribbon with some big black stitches, and then at the end I put these beautiful flower appliques that I got at the flea market. And now I'm very happy with the bow, so I'm going to take this over to the shelf and pick up a couple of journals. I don't know how far I'll get today, but I want to do some journaling. Well, this journal has been around for a very long time and it's not finished. And this journal is just made and is just started. So now that I finished one journal, I said, let's get another one done. All right, so this is my little golden book, Wonders of Nature. If you're a Possum Peep, you've been here through all these pages. And this is all nature journaling. But then I finished up my garden journal earlier, and I decided I would do some garden journaling in here. So far this is all like nature, but then I got here, so this is my Black-Eyed Susans, and this is probably about nature journaling because that's about the hummingbird nectar. But this is about the pumpkin patch, and then we back to nature with the mushrooms, nature with the jack-in-the-pulpits, and then back to gardening with the sunflowers. It all goes together. And then back to nature with more jack-in-the-pulpits, and then a little bit of family journaling. But this tree, I don't know if you can call this garden because it was planted. That's still nature though. I need to put something on this page. We're skipping the center because this is the story. So I just did this page this morning, and I had this lovely book page from Edith Holden, and with the blackberries ripening on it. And I had a picture of the blackberries turning from red to dark purple. And all I did was put down the Edith Holden page, August 2nd, blackberries ripen in the woods. And that is just staying the way it is, except for it might need to be trimmed or not. So that's done. So I have some, so this is nature, because I didn't plant these blackberries, they just grow in the woods. But I have this picture of a blanket flower, and this is a red blanket flower. But I'm trying to go through some of my junk and use up stuff that's been sitting around for a while. And I have this picture of blanket flower. And this is just a different color, but it's the same flower. This one goes yellow to orange. Mine is all red. It just happened to be the one they had for sale that day, and I bought it. So I'm thinking of cutting this out like that, putting it on a page. I was almost thinking of putting it here, but I might save this for something nature and not something I planted in the garden. So what I did was blanket flower. That reminds me of Southwestern, sort of Native American kind of pattern name. And I took a picture of the rug in the other room. It came out a little bit yellow. The rug is not yellow. It's like this color here. But it could have been the lighting, but that's okay. Colors are fine. So this is an old wool rug we have had like over 25 years, whatever. And all I did was take a picture of the rug and print it out. So that's going to go on the page, but I need a background. I'm going to cut this out, put that on there, and then I have the picture. So I'm looking for some paper. Now this has already been cut into, but I'm thinking of just this kind of vintage look like this with the Indian rug. Part of the composition I could actually probably write on here. A little blanket flower, and then a little flower like that. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's just garden journaling. It's not like making a fancy dancy journal, right? It's just journaling. Just journaling. Just journaling. That's all I'm doing. I did take some time to clear a few things off the table. So I have a little more room. Of course, I just piled it up with all this stuff. So let me move this. That's going down on the floor, of course, of course, of course. And I was looking around for something in the basement, and I noticed all the junk I have downstairs. Now, I started junk journaling because I had so much junk. I said, oh, I can make a junk journal. And then I kind of got into some memory keeping, and then I got into buying like all this stuff, right? I got to buy all this stuff. Stickers and washi tape and scrapbook paper tape. And when I started, I was just using some old paper I had around from when I thought I might be a scrapbooker, but that didn't pan out. And all my junk. Now I've kind of gotten away from my roots. So I decided I should probably get back to my roots and at least use the junk here and there. I don't have to make a whole journal full of the junk, but I can add things here and there that are junk. And so I'm trying to be good and remember to maybe once a week go down there and see what's, just go through the tub and just pull out a couple of things that strike my fancy, and bring them up and see if I can't use them in the journal. So this is going to be interesting, a new challenge for me. Take a step backward. So I'm just going to glue this paper down. I think this is Hobby Lobby paper, but I like this set because it was, it's like this heavy craft paper. And when I bought this, I was like really into craft paper. I bought craft paper envelopes, and I bought some craft paper note cards, and I bought this pack of scrapbooking paper that looks like craft paper. I think it was in the fall time I bought this too. And now that it's going to be fall, getting it out again. I put a little tacky glue around the edge. so the edge doesn't pop up while I'm working. A little glue stick in the middle. Made some notes over there, some stuff I gotta do. I cut that almost perfect. Possum perfect is almost perfect. Okay, that's got distressing there. Do I want to put some around this edge? Maybe not. I won't be able to match that anyway. I feel like I want to round the corner though. Sometimes I just think a rounded corner looks a little more old-fashioned. Can't do that backwards. Except for I got some white showing. Do you always trim off the white if it's showing from the other page? Do you leave it? Sometimes I trim it off, sometimes I don't. That's one reason you can distress the edge of your paper, so you don't see that little white bit sticking out like that. Let's cut this little bitty piece off. And down this way, I don't want to cut my little fluffy tags there. So I only have one blanket flower in the yard because it's a bog and there's not too many places I think it'll grow. Good enough. Good enough, good enough. Oops, 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 oops. Okay, so that's on. Now what? Okay, I gotta cut that other thing, which I threw on the floor so I didn't see it. Oh, I might distress this though. So I'm gonna slice this up. I printed this out on my printer with this matte cardstock I bought at Walmart the other day. It's got a funny texture to it. I know why this picture came out a little yellow, because I lightened the picture a little bit, the exposure, because it seemed kind of dark. And then I added a little saturation to it, so it's probably why it turned yellow. But that's okay. Kind of cool. We could have it yellowing up towards this distressed corner, right? Because that would make sense. Not that junk journaling has to make any sense whatsoever. But let me get out my Dolores Dauber. She made this for me, medicine bottle. Kind of worn this one out though. I might have to, oh, you know what? Round, 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 round the corners. Okay, I'm going to do that first. And, you know, I don't distress a whole lot. And a lot of times I distress with bright colors. Because I like colorful fun. So we went to the Dollar Tree today. So I could buy some exciting things like a toilet bowl cleaner. A few odds and ends like that. I looked in the craft department and there wasn't anything I was looking for. So I bought nothing there. And I noticed that one whole area of the fall things was cleared out. And they were putting out their Christmas stuff. I looked, there were some little wooden things. I should have bought them, but I didn't. People are going to snatch them up quick, I know. There was little gingerbread men. Oh, you know what? And I should have got it because I had that gingerbread house I made. Oh, that's all done. Oh, well, we'll see. I buy all these little wooden things and I don't always get to painting them. Now this is a page from the Oklahoma magazine. Just about every state has a travel bureau run by their state government. And a lot of times if you write to them or go online, sometimes to their website, they will send you lots of goodies, information about their state that you can use in your journaling. Or use it to go visit their state. And speaking of states, tomorrow is the Eastern States Exposition, otherwise known as the Big E. It's like one big state fair for New England. So it's Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. And each state has a state house there with all the foods and displays from that state. And then, you know, has all the other fair stuff. Midway, food, vendors, animals, things like that. And what else was I going to put on this page? The picture, and was that all? The picture and journaling, I guess. Okay, this happens every time. Where's the picture? Okay, the picture was under the journal. Do I want to put more paper on here? I almost want to add something else. I almost want to add something else. Let me look around. Instead of using something new, I should go through my scrap box here. And this is kind of vintage too, isn't it? It's got little leaves on it and stuff. Possibility, not sure. Some of these I think it might be too bright. Oh, but maybe not. A little bit of an orange border on that with those flowers. I know it doesn't go, but you know, that's what I like about it. I like when things don't go. I like when you smash them and they clash. I like it, I like it. I might do something with that. I might. It's going to be a different kind of a page. I've got green check. I got another green. That one's nice. But I just love that this kind of goes with that. So I'm going to just stop looking. Put that on the floor. And I might leave like these flowers showing here. I could even like write the date, like right down there. So it'll be like a little bit of a journaling space. I think this is from one of those paper packs I got real cheap. Around the corner. Do I want to distress this? This is kind of bright, but these flowers are bright. Maybe just a little. I didn't even ink this, just using what's on there. Just to tone it down a little tiny bit. This isn't cardstock, this is paper. I'm so crazy about cardstock. I like to make everything cardstock, everything cardstock. Which way does this go? I think I'm going to put it this way. Like that. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Blanket flower. Oh, they call it Indian blanket. We call it blanket flower. But different flowers have different names locally, and that's perfectly okay. I might journal there. And I want to put something down here, and I'm almost thinking about cutting something out here. I don't know how that's going to look. So let's try it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I might not like it cut out like this, but I just thought it would be fun to do this. Like that. Just put it down here in the corner. That there. That there. That there. Put a little ink on it. See what happens. Oh, maybe I should ink this too. Maybe I should ink this too. Everything getting inked this time. A fun activity to do is like when you go out in the woods, take a hike, go to the park, go out in the yard, doesn't matter where, take the kids, and you don't know the name of the flowers or the trees or anything, make it up. What does it remind you of? Do the colors remind you of an Indian blanket? Call it Indian blanket. Do the colors remind you of an animal or a bird or an insect or person. Maybe somebody you know likes blue, and the flowers are blue. Say this person's name is Monica, you know, and there's this blue flower, and you don't know what it's called, so you call it Monica's flower. You know, just random things like that are fun. And take a picture of it, or describe it, or draw a picture of it and write it down. Well, that is a mishmash of a page, so I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm gonna clear things out of the way and get my glue paper here. So this background's gonna go on first. So this is my rug. My old rug. It's in Mr. Possum's playroom right now. I call it his playroom. That's where he's got his desk and his computer. He's got our old TV in there. We got a futon for company. Usually just my son when he comes. But, yeah, it used to be in our living room in our house in Pennsylvania. But not in this house. Okay, I'm going to put the yellow on this side. It doesn't matter too much where it's going to go. Just put it down. Okay, I'm going to put this down here. So I hope I find some goodies at the State Fair tomorrow. Take my journal. Take a bunch of pictures. I still have to journal about the Mooncake Festival we went to, and about having lunch with Elvis, and I got some family journaling to do, and some garden journaling to do, and some nature journaling to do. I'm going to put this right down here like the flowers are coming up. That's going right along the bottom of that. I like it. I like it. These flowers have these really fun buttons, like after the petals fall off and the seeds start to form. Got these big puffy buttons on there full of seeds. Very fun, very fun. Okay, now this is going to go, I want some of the design showing here. Like that. My little flower's going to go down the air. Maybe I could put another little flower somewhere too. Maybe. I need new paper. I need a new paper. So this is the picture coming down. After I get everything glued down, I'll just take a moment to journal something. And then I might start another page. I brought some stuff up from the basement. I don't know how much more time I got tonight. Just so busy, so busy. Okay. And this is going to go. So you give it like an optical illusion here. Put this line right on the line with the rug. Like that. That's funny. I like that. I like it. I like it. And I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to do my journaling and decide if there's anything else on the page I want to put. I just put these two little orange flowers up here. Kind of help your eye move across the page. Blanket flowers are blooming in the yard. This was July 16th, 2022. Yes, I'm still journaling about July, August, September. It's all good, right? The signature feels like it's a little loose. So I did two very simple pages. I'm looking at this. I probably should have put a border on that. But I wanted it to kind of blend in with just the blackberries on the page. But I like this one because I used a variety of things. So I'm going to let this page dry. I just put this aside. Hello, autumn. Well, when you think autumn's coming, what do you think about? Back to school. And the next generation in our family, we have a kindergartner. So we have a first back to school, you know, we're not counting preschool and all that stuff, but, you know, school, regular school, first day of school. This is my grandniece, Amelia. She's getting on the bus, first day of kindergarten. Oh, so, you know, you have to take a beautiful, serious picture. She got a little sign there, first day of kindergarten. She's all dressed up, and she's messing around. So I do have a beautiful picture of her for first day of kindergarten, but that's not the one I printed out. Because, you know, I love it when the kids are fooling around. I have this old calendar, 2004, and can I cut out a couple of these buses? This one's kind of long here. How am I going to do this? I don't know if I really want to go in the other page. I was just thinking about doing one page. Okay, well, let me work on this. I'll cut it down, and unless I just cut out the buses and get a background, I could just put it on something. They're yellow. I don't have very many pages done here. Looks like I was going to put something there. All right, let me find some background paper. Well, I found this really pretty paper for the fall. I love it. I'm like, what am I saving it for, right? No sense saving it. I still have quite a bit left over. You know, what if the zombie apocalypse happens tomorrow, right?
The zombie apocalypse.
Then you would have never gotten to use this beautiful paper. If you have something that's a favorite of yours, use it. Use it, use it, use it. No sense in saving it for anything. So I cut out the medium-sized school bus from the calendar. I still got a big one and a little one. And I glued this paper down. And I pulled this paper out because it's from the same pack. And I thought, well, that would go nicely for a background. I'm like, no, 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 no. Don't cut that big piece of paper up. Get out some scraps, and this is just a different box of scraps, but I noticed there were some fall colors in here, so I picked this out, and I picked out a couple of different ones here, and I might go with the solid, because this is kind of dark around. Yeah, I might go with that. I kind of like this corner because it's got a little distressing on it. This will come off. Let's make a double layer. I think I'm going to journal right on that bus right there. And this almost fits this way. I could probably squeeze that in. So I put one picture down, one picture up. I don't know, and I got this flowered one. Put it at an angle. All right, I'm gonna slice and dice some of these papers for a background and then see how it fits on. And there it is. And you know, being a retired school teacher, I'm very excited about her starting school. She is the first of that generation of this family to get to kindergarten. So I wanted to do this special page. I wound up cutting the purple off of the bus. And you know, you can see I have the double backgrounds on the photos. But I can still see a lot of that pretty paper in the background. And instead of journaling, I was going to put first day of school, kindergarten date. But you know what? That's already all on the pictures. So I just wrote her name up in the bus because that's the only thing that's not in the pictures. So I just want to thank everybody for coming along today for Just Journaling with Possum Patty. And I want to wish everybody happy junk journaling, happy daily journaling. Bye-bye.